we have a panel discussion, and our special panel moderator will be Matt Fox. Matthew Fox, DTM, has been a Toastmaster for 8 years and currently our outgoing VP Relations person. Now, I want to go back to DTM. For those of you who are new, it means you're Distinguished Toastmaster. And you can ask all of us afterwards if we could help you and explain a little bit more. Matt credits his longevity with Toastmasters to 2 areas: personal growth, and how every meeting and interaction is a learning opportunity that should not be missed. Also, the friendship and support with other Toastmasters. He has gained so much from Toastmasters and hopes we can all gain as much. He enjoys coaching and working with others at Fluor Communicators, while also recognizing that going beyond the club can add to his personal growth and also help the district itself. Please help me welcome Matt Fox. And Matt is going to ask that only the panel will show the videos. Everyone else, please turn off your videos and make sure you are muted. Matt Fox.
Thank you very much, Irma. What a wonderful celebration we're having today. Top 25, can you even imagine it? That's so fantastic. I feel like I'm floating on air, maybe in a hot air balloon. It's a huge honor and pleasure for me to be hosting our special panel discussion today for our end of year celebration. We have a unique situation in front of us that requires further investigation and is absolutely worthy of our great occasion. You may be wondering what that unique occasion is. Well, let me tell you, our panelists, the people you see on your screen, are all Fluor Communicators and all have a district role, a district leadership role in the upcoming year. Let's have a look who we've got. We've got Rumi as Area Director for Area F26. Wave when I give your name, please. Irma as Area Director for Area D23. Tammy, District Director for District D. Sorry, Division D. Marcy is the District Public Relations Manager. And lastly, to our honorable leader, Christina Cruz as District Director for District 42. It is absolutely unheard of to have representation at every level of district. So it's such a fantastic honor, and what a fantastic club and leaders that we have in our organization. It would be wonderful to hear more about the experiences from our leaders here in front of you about going beyond the club. How is this going to work today? I will ask a series of questions, giving our panelists in front of you the opportunity to provide their thoughts and responses. And at the end of the questions, I will open it up to the audience to ask specific questions as well. How will you do that? Well, you can do that by entering your question in the chat box. If you've got it aimed at a specific panelist, please put the name of the panelist at the front of your question, and I'll try to endeavor to get through those questions as we go. We also have a special guest today, our current area director for D23, which is Gail Shirley, and she'll add to our conversation, our great conversation, with a pictorial overview of the Toastmasters Promise. As was already stated, I'd ask everybody to turn off their videos and mute themselves. It's fantastic. It'll give us a little bit more opportunity to see our team. And with that, welcome to you all, panelists, honorable leaders of our district. Here is the first question. How did you feel about your selection as a district leader? And I'll offer that one to Irma to start us off.
Thank you, Matt. When I was asked if I would be area director, I was shocked, I was nervous, I was scared out of my mind, and I was excited because of the opportunity, not just for myself to grow, but also for the opportunities that I could help others and serve others and meet more people. Back to you, Matt.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Irma. Tammy, what are your thoughts on that same question?
Try not to do two things at once. Very honored, actually. I had the opportunity to be able to go out with Christina for a coffee and learn about the role for division director. There was a lot of nervousness and excitement at the same time also because, as you know, I haven't really stepped out of my comfort zone of stepping out from the club here at Fluor and being involved in the district. And I'll tell you, it's a big world out there as to, yeah, we have 35 members within our club and it's a fantastic club. But getting out to know and meet other individuals that you can learn from and broaden your horizons and your experience is a great opportunity. And I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the role officially tomorrow on July 1st.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tammy. And I'm going to finish this question off with you, Ruby, if you don't mind.
I was really honored to be asked to apply for the role of area director. And the experience itself was, for me, who considers achievement and recognition very high up in my personal values, it was an acknowledgement of my skills and what I can contribute to D42. When Christina asked me submit in, and the interview process for this is pretty rigorous, I felt like I was applying for GMAT all over again, giving speeches to admissions committee. So I had a great role of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruby. I picked out two words from something that Ruby said, all great answers, but I picked out two words, honored and recognition. And that's how I certainly felt when I picked up a role at district leadership team as well. And if you do get that position, I'm sure you'll feel honored and recognized as well. We'll move straight to our second question. What are the personal growth opportunities you hope to achieve from taking on a district leadership role? What are the personal growth opportunities you hope to achieve from taking on a district role? And I'll throw that at you, please, Marcy.
Thanks, Matt, for the question. Growth opportunities have been many and varied. The greatest opportunity is learning how to lead within a volunteer organization. People are donating their time when they step into these leadership roles, and it is a significant amount of time. And I value and truly appreciate everyone that has stepped forward to be able to help and to work on a team with me in my role of serving our members at the district level.
Thank you very much, Marcy. We haven't heard from Christina yet, so Christine, over to you with the same question.
Thanks, Matt. I remember my role as a division director, and I had 5 amazing area directors who I was open to their emails to their clubs. And I found that a tremendous learning opportunity. So at a district level, to have access to international directors and regional advisors and training beyond our own district. I've done a lot of training within District 42, but to actually be able to Zoom meetings, but even at the international conference and conventions, we were meeting people from around the world. And I think that is a whole new level I didn't see coming. I value the opportunity to meet those people and also to learn from them. So there's lots of skill sets. We have lots of different ways to communicate now, and learning those skills were never even on my horizon to understand that they would be a possibility, but it is about people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Christina. And I picked out 2 themes from that question and the answers. First is leading in a volunteer organization. What an opportunity. What a challenge sometimes, and we can all grow and learn from that. So that's fantastic. And then what Christina touched on there about meeting people from around the world, going beyond the club is something, again, we can learn and grow from as well. So that's brilliant. Our third question, what are some of the tasks involved in your district role? And that might, for the newer members of our district leadership team, that might be a little bit more challenging, but please answer. What are some of the tasks involved in your district role? And I'm going to give that back to you, Irma.
Thank you, Matt. Some of the tasks that would be on my list for this year is one of them to visit the different clubs, to make sure that I'm there in a supportive role, that they know I am the liaison between themselves and the district. Some of the other roles would be to then create the contest, to organize the contest on the area level, because the contests make us grow. And if not for those, we wouldn't know that, oh, I have no idea what to do in a contest, or I could sign up for a judge. So I'm very excited for some of those tasks waiting for me.
Thank you very much, Irma, indeed. Tammy, can you explain a little bit about your district role?
So it's very honored to be part of the district role, and I actually have the role of supervising and supporting 4 area directors, and I'm very honored that Irma is one of the area directors that I'll be working with this year as D23. I also have an individual that's working D8, which is the Quarry Park area, and what I'm very much looking forward to also is being able to step out of the Calgary region and being able to step into the Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Brooks, Tabor, and Coaldale for 2 other area directors and working with them to help coordinate division activities, setting our goals as we've already started to hold meetings, and assist with some of the area training as developing our future leaders within not only our offices, but within our communities. And very much look forward to this new opportunity and working with others, as everyone is in there for wanting to grow and develop.
Thank you very much, Tammy. I picked out a couple of things. One there was support, about supporting each other, supporting the clubs that we have, and then expanding your view of Toastmasters, as Tammy pointed out, going beyond Calgary and into Medicine Hat and Lethbridge and Saskatchewan. What an opportunity there. We're going to jump straight to our 4th question. And this is a question that many of you listening as well will probably have thought about. Many people will think that they can't take on one of these positions, that it's too much. What do you say to this thought? I'll repeat that question. Many people who think they cannot take on one of these positions, that it's too much. What do you say to that thought? And I'm going to open that up to you, Christina, please.
Thanks, Matt. What a great question. I think step by step. It's a long journey. If you want, it's a opportunity to meet lots of people. But I think if you just take the first step, I love the part in Toastmasters where we have mentors. So when somebody encourages you to step out of your comfort zone, if I can use Tammy's expression, if somebody suggests, yes, you're ready to compete, or I think you're ready to be on the executive. The other thing I caution people is Toastmasters has to fit into your life. So there's so many opportunities within Toastmasters, but it's not something that has to end. So if you can make it part of your life, I would compare it to exercise. We challenge our bodies, so we do physical things. We challenge our mind and our communication and our leadership skills by participating in Toastmasters. So the journey is so much fun. Take on what you can, fit what fits into your life, and be ready the next year to jump up to the next step. I think I have witnessed too many times where people go so hard and so fast and then they burn out, and we lose all of that training and experience to the rest of us within the club or the district, or even at this point internationally.
Thank
so
you.
Enjoy the ride.
Thank you, Christina. And let's hear from you, Marcy. What do you think about that?
I think that there are lots of small steps. One of the things that I like is the opportunity to meet new people when you go out, and finding out what exists outside of your club lets you tap into new abilities that you may not even be aware that you have. You might find and start unwrapping some of your hidden talents and make them available. If you're not ready to step into perhaps one of the roles we have, there's lots of opportunity to step forward and just take on small roles, kind of dip your toes in the water. I love meeting the incredible people that are Toastmasters within our club and finding your talents, but I also like the opportunity to brush elbows with people that are causing me to think, oh, how else can I grow? How else can I move forward?
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Marcy. This time is flying by and we've had 4 great questions there. But if you are thinking about it, there's a massive amount of support out there if you want to take on one of these leadership roles, including the 5 people that you have in front of you on the screen. So thank you very much, panelists. We're going to jump straight to our questions from the audience. And our first question is for you, Tammy. Being a Toastmaster involves a lot of time just doing your pathways. How do you keep work-life Toastmaster balance when holding all those roles?
Okay, I'm going to first emphasize that as to balance. Balance is one of the hardest things, and I will be honest, between work, life, and you have to take it all in stride. And I think this is where you learn in Toastmasters of your organizational skills and making sure you're setting goals for yourself, but make sure you're setting realistic goals for yourself. As Christina alluded to, don't burn out. We don't want burnout. You're no good burnt out or stressed out, because you do not operate at your full efficiency if you are of either of those two mindsets at the time. So recommendation is make sure you're organized, make sure you have your priorities set and straight, and don't overcommit yourself. Make sure you do have time for yourself so that you have time to rejuice and energize so that you can give it your all. Because even though this is work, you need to make sure that work comes first also, because work is going to pay the bills. And as Toastmasters, we will all help support one another and jump in, but make sure you can pay the bills first.
Thank you very much, Tammy. No, great point. And I pay the bills, I think, is the message there. But I think I would just add to that, the response is that go at your own pace, give what you can give. Don't take too much on. And if you can only give this much, then that's fine and that's acceptable. If you can give that much, and that's great as well. I'd like to thank, that comes to the end of our main part of our panel session, and thank you very much to everybody for the questions. Thank you very much to our panelists. I think we all understand a little bit more about Toastmasters beyond the club. And if you do have any other questions, please type them into the chat box and we'll get them to our panelists. To close out this session, I'd like to hear from Gail Shirley, our area director for D23, and see a little bit more about her colorful overview of the Toastmasters promise. With that, I'll hand it over to you, Gail, and I'll just share my screen.
Oh, thanks, Matt. I'm just delighted to be with all of you today and have Matt as my wingman. He's going to run my slides while you hear my presentation, and it's all about the Toastmaster promises and how absolutely pertinent to everything that I heard today. My presentation is called Ham and Eggs. Which one are you? You go out and you order breakfast, and there's 2 animals involved. There's the chicken who laid a couple of eggs, but that chicken's going to move on. Ah, but the pig, this is commitment. He's on your plate. Madam Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen of Fluor, what in the world does this have to do with the Toastmaster promise? Promises I just heard you read to each other. And imagine 4 million other people have said the same words. Are you the ham? Well, that pig was totally committed. Or are you the chicken who supplied the eggs, just involved? That's okay too. Christina just spoke on that. Making the commitment, the presentation from the Successful Club series is designed to take an in-depth look at our Toastmaster promises. A promise is just another word for commitment. Here's a quote from William Feather under my kitty cat. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Now, a promise can also mean an intent to be involved. And there are 3 components to our Toastmaster promises. Let's take a look at each one. The first one concerns attendance. We promise to attend our Toastmaster meetings regularly. Why? To conquer our fears, to sharpen our speaking skills, to ensure or to improve our leadership proficiency. And we do this by signing up and preparing for those meeting roles. Regular attendance is your gift to you. The second component of our Toastmaster promises is around interaction. We promise to provide each other with helpful, constructive evaluations. Why? Well, this is where we find out how to improve our speaking and our leadership efforts. When we are interacting, we create a very positive, friendly environment, and that makes our guests feel comfortable. Those guests that we promise to bring to a Toastmaster meeting. We promise to take a turn serving as club officers. You guys are great at that. Here's where teamwork and planning skills are learned. And of course, we also promise to be respectful and courteous to everyone. All of us deserve encouragement, support, and acknowledgement, regardless of our membership status or our achievement level. The third and final component is around club quality. When new personalities and ideas come into our club, the programs are enhanced, we have fresh perspectives and renewed enthusiasm. Promises, and they're all held together by 4 strong core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Here are 2 people who exemplify these values. Over and over again, I've seen them do it. We're so fortunate that Cruella de Vil and their Grim Reaper only show up once a year. Because we agree to adhere to these programs, these guidelines and rules of the education and recognition programs that Toastmaster provides, what's happened? Well, we've created a safe space to practice, to help each other, to learn, to be acknowledged. Individual commitment to a group is what makes a team, a company, a society, a civilization work. And that's out of the mouth of Zig Ziglar. So finally, I ask you to look at your plate this coming year. Look at it over the past year. According to Abraham Lincoln, commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality. Here's our Toastmaster promises. Use this as your checklist. Perhaps just take one a month and really focus on it. At the end of your Toastmaster year, you know that you've met your promises. The table is already set. You know what's going to be on the menu now. You know your promises and your commitments. Your Toastmaster family is waiting for you. I think that sounds like a healthy diet for a very healthy club. Thank you, Matt.
Gail, thank you very much. What a fantastic and colorful way to present the Toastmasters promise. I heard that from Gail recently and I said, Gail, I loved it so much. Please share it with our Fluor communicators. And excellent and brilliant. And the color, the pictures, it really just reminds me of the vibrancy of what makes Toastmasters so fantastic. So again, thank you very much, Gail. Thank you to all our panelists for all their answers to our questions about going beyond the club. And as I'm slightly over time, I'll hand it straight back to you, Madam Toastmaster.